guys, welcome back to Counseling Minus the Boo with Candace. So today we're going to do another video, and in this video we're going to talk about supportive therapy. So in the previous video, it had mentioned supportive therapy as one of the forms of treatment. So that's something we never talked about, and that's something that I wanted to educate myself on as well. So anyway, if you're new here, welcome. We usually start with check-ins. So the check-ins is basically what is your mood for today. As long as it's positive and appropriate, put it below in the comments. Also, guys, please put your requests in the comments. Sometimes I go through these weeks, like last week, and it's just a challenging week. So request is very helpful for me at this point. Anyway, so I usually start with dance moves. As you guys can see, my energy is off, but anyway, let me pick it up. So I usually start with dance moves. Today my dance move is going to be I'm going to do, and this is the old dance, and it's the dab. I'm gonna do that because that's kind of my energy, right? For last week going into this new week. So supportive therapy, guys, let's start. You ready? I got this information from zencare.com. It was like a therapy section. Everything appears to be in agreement of what everything I appear to agree with. So supportive therapy is a form of psychotherapy that relies on a therapeutic alliance to alleviate symptoms, improve self-esteem, restore relation to reality, regulate impulsive and negative thinking. I get lost. It's to reinforce the ability to cope with life stresses and challenges, guys. Okay. It also goes on to saying that it is a form of counseling that preserves the client's voice. So it's like non-directive, meaning basically the client leads the session. The therapist is, is there to build that relationship, to encourage, and we'll just talk about that a little bit later on in the video. So some of the things that it helps with supportive therapy, it can be anxiety, depression, relationship issues, personality disorders, emotional regulation, disordered thinking, and disorganized behavior. So then I also wrote down a couple of techniques. So techniques looking like alliance building, which is building that rapport. So you're meeting people where they are, what they actually have down. So it looks like having empathy, having an informal conversation. So it may not be like a direct conversation or just jumping into why are you here, right? What brought you to therapy? It may be you're talking about how nice the weather is, or what they like to do, or their hobbies, right? Not using jargon. So you always want to match the vocabulary that's being used by the client, and also you don't want to say anything that the client don't understand, right? So I'm talking about that one of the last videos about when the therapist was using these analogies that maybe the celebrity reality star didn't even identify with. So, be careful of that. And then it also mentions engaging with the client. So that, like I said, informal conversation, just building a relationship. Another technique is esteem building. So we're looking at promoting self-esteem. So that can be done by reassuring and normalizing thoughts and feelings, and providing encouragement. So skill building is the next technique, which is equipping the client with tools of offering guidance in anticipation of life stressors. So that's part of the goal of Counseling Minus the Boo, where you're learning these tips, these interventions, these examples, whereas so in the future, if something is presented, you know how to deal with it, right? So that's something we're doing over here too. And then reducing and preventing anxiety. So it looks like reducing and preventing anxiety, of course, by normalization, rationalization and reframing thoughts and behaviors. So, let's see. Let's talk about reframing. So reframing can be like, for me, I'm saying my energy is a little bit off. You know, this is last week and I want to bring this into this week. So maybe reframing that for me would be recognizing next week as a challenge. Well, this coming week as a challenge. And overcoming it, right? Things will get better from here. It can only get better from here. So it's just reframing your thoughts. So another example, if that doesn't really help. So let's say you have someone that stated that, you know, their spouse calls them every day, all day, and that's annoying. So a way to reframe that would be, oh, you know, your spouse really appears to care about you, and it's really appearing, you know, and showing by them calling you and just being concerned of how your day is going. Get it? A way to reframe. And then we have expanding awareness, and that looks like the therapist working with the client to develop awareness through clarification. So asking questions, clarifying it, also doing confrontation, and then interpretation. So it states that this approach is an insight-oriented approach to experience an aha moment. So it's used to help the client have an aha moment. It's used to kind of help the client put their own pieces, you know, together and have that moment like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, that kind of explains this. Oh, you know. But it's focused on the client. It's directed by the client. It's considered a person-centered approach, non-directive, right? And then it's also, it also said it could be used with other therapies. And then homework assignments can be given. So the homework assignments can be like journaling. It can be, depending on relating to the goals that were discussed and want to be worked on. So depending on the goals, it can be directed towards those goals, right? So yeah, we've got that in 7 minutes. Oh, I meant to say that we were gonna link this with coping skills and charge that to my head and not my heart, guys. We're doing another video about coping skills, and just some examples of coping skills. I always mention, like, you know, teaching coping skills. Well, what is coping skills? I did mention last video, problem resolving, basically, you know, working through your emotions, things of that nature. But I want to be specific and actually break it down. So maybe that can be our next video, and that can help with me trying to come up with the next topic. But feel free again to go ahead and put your requests, guys, as far as the next videos and what are some disorders that you want me to cover. So put that in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe, and comment, guys. Let me know your requests. Let me know how you feel about the video, your experience, if you've seen someone who benefit from supportive therapy. If you feel like you'll benefit from it, I definitely feel like I can benefit from it, based on the week that I had. So anyway, like, share, subscribe. See you next time, guys. Follow me on Instagram, guys. I'm actually going to go over to Instagram. We're going to talk about my favorite posts, and we're going to talk about motivational interviewing over there. See ya.